Really quick, Alex. Can you finish this sentence for me? Game 7 is.
Tomorrow night.
No. What does Game 7 mean to you?
Um, when I think of Game 7, I think of, at least in the finals, I think of San Antonio, Miami, and I think of Lakers, Celtics.
How blessed is it to play here in such an important game, and how can you use that to your advantage in a must-win situation for both?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a reward for playing through the regular season how we did. Having the depth and the team that we do to win that many games, to be able to have home court. Yeah, I'm excited to play here. No place I'd rather play for do or die game to do.
Alex, we've talked about pressure on players in Game 7. Is there any pressure on Mark tomorrow night? The coach's best, make the right adjustments, right rotations, those things?
Yeah, but I mean, that's a small percentage of the game. I think it's largely decided by the players. Obviously, a good game plan and adjustments are necessary, but I'd say a large majority of that is just the players playing the game.
What are you learning about the Pacers now having played them in 6 games in the Spurs?
Kind of everything we looked at when we came in. They're a really good team. They ran to the East how they did, not by luck. They play their brand of basketball. They have talented players and they play together, and they have a really strong belief in themselves. And that's why this series is 3-3. It's why they're in the NBA Finals. They're playing well.
They made that tweak to reduce pressure, which in turn tweaked things a little bit. What stood out to you about that defense that kept you guys kind of out of the paint and getting downhill as much as you guys do usually?
Yeah, switch up from how they've been playing the first couple games. More in line with how Denver kind of played us and how Minnesota played us coming in. And I still we just didn't do a good enough job adjusting to that and trusting the way that we've played previously live in the course of the game. But I think to that point, we've seen every attack defensively this year, whether it be for Shea, Dub, the whole team. People play aggressive, people play soft, they play zone, that trap, just sit back and plug. So really, we're prepared for whatever it is. It's just about going out there, recognizing the right one, and then taking the ring drive.
You've played in finals before and you've played in Game 7s before, but not both like tomorrow. Does it feel any different for you going into it? How do you try to keep yourself even-keeled for a moment like that, Russ?
Yeah, I think, you try to make it as binary as possible. Like, you're either going to win or lose. That's literally what is going to happen. The season's going to be over. You're going to be champion, or you're going to lose, and you're going to start square one. So you might as well go out there and put your best foot forward and compete your ass off and play hard for your teammates to try and win.
What advice are you going to Coach Mark in this moment?
He's just telling us to really just be ourselves. I think when we've done that through the year and we play the way we play, strong defensively, moving the ball with pace offensively, we're a really good team. That's why we won 68 games. That's why we won 15 games to this point in the postseason. In order to win one more, we need to be ourselves at a really high level.
Is there more pressure on you guys just because it is here for Game 7?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think location matters for pressure's sake. I think the pressure of the moment is just everything you've put into this year to grow through the regular season, training camp, postseason. The pressure might be just like not wanting to waste that, but at the end of the day, like I said, like, you're either gonna win or lose. Like, that's the reality of the situation. So we go out there and you play your best and you play as hard as you can and you let the chips follow them in.
What do you think are going to be like those minor details that are going to make like that big game difference?
Yeah, I mean, there will always be a couple of plays through the game that make it, a couple loose ball recoveries, offensive rebounds, challenges at the rim, instead of giving up layups. They'll be sprinkled out throughout the game where there'll be about 10 possessions here or there that'll be decided, which will impact the game. And, you just try to make sure that you're ready for it, and whatever the moment calls for, you're ready to do it.
Pascal always flies under the radar, maybe just because of how balanced this group is. What does he do that just has been so effective and important to what the Pacers have done this season?
Yeah, he's a versatile player. He shoots well enough. You have to guard him out there. He's great off the dribble. He's like 6'8". His wingspan's probably 7 foot, if not a little bigger than that. And he moves well. He's active defensively. Like, he's a very complete basketball player. He does a lot of different things in the game. Whereas, some players in the league are, their buckets filled with one or two categories where, I think he does a lot of different things, and his size and athleticism complements